The whole earth was of one language. And he said, "Let us build a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven." The Lord said, "Let us confound their language." So the Lord scattered them abroad upon the face of all the earth, and confounded the language of all. Abram took and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, but Sarai was barren, she had no child. The Lord said unto Abram, "Get thee out of the country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land I will show thee, and I will make thee a great nation. Yea, I will bless thee, and make thy name great." There was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt. He said unto Sarai's wife, "Behold, now I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. The Egyptians shall see thee, and they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee." So he wants her to, his wife, to say he's her sister, or he's her brother. The Egyptians beheld the woman that she was very fair. The woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. The Lord plagued Pharaoh in his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. Pharaoh called Abram and said, "What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why hast not thou tell me she was thy wife? Why saidst thou, She is my sister, that thou might have taken her to me to wife? Take her and go." There was a strife between the herdmen of Abram's cattle and the herdmen of Lot's cattle. Abram said unto Lot, Let there be no strife, I pray thee, between me and thee, and between my herdmen and thy herdmen, for we are brethren. The Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, which we'll be getting into a little later. The men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Lord exceedingly. The Lord said unto Abram, "All the land which thou seest, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed forever." The kings of Sodom and Gomorrah fled to the mountain. They took Lot, Abram's brother's son, who dwelt in Sodom, and his goods. Abram heard that his brother was taken captive, and he armed his trained servants born in his own house, 318 men, and pursued them. He brought back all the goods, and also brought back his brother Lot. Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. And he blessed Abram, and said, "Blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of earth and heaven." And he gave him tithes of all. And the king of Sodom said unto Abram, "Give me the persons, and take thy goods to thyself." And Abram said unto the king of Sodom, "I will not take a thread, lest thou shalt say, I have made Abram rich, save only that which the young men have eaten." The word of the Lord came, "He that shall come forth out of thine own bowels shall be thine heir." That's a quick chapter. So I said unto Abram, "Behold now, the Lord hath restrained me from bearing. I pray thee, go in unto my maid, and may be that I may obtain children by her." And Abraham hearkened, or obeyed, and listened to her. And Sarai said unto Abraham, "My wrong be upon thee, for I have given my maid to thy bosom. And when she saw that she had conceived, I was despised in her eyes. And when Sarai dealt hardly with her, she fled from her face. The angel of the Lord found her, and he said, Hagar, Sarai's maid, whence camest thou, and whither wilt thou go? Return to thy mistress, and submit thyself. Behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and his name shall be called Ishmael. When Abram was 99 years old, the Lord appeared unto Abram, and said unto him, I am the Almighty God. Walk before me, and be thou perfect. And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and I will multiply thee exceedingly. And Abraham fell on his face. Thy name shall be Abraham. So the Lord is giving him a new name. This is my covenant. He that is 8 days old shall be circumcised, for an everlasting covenant. Thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall be her name. Abraham fell on his face and laughed, and said in his heart, Shall a child be born to him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarai, that is 90 years old, bear? Thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed. And all the men of his house, born in the house, and bought with the money of the house, were circumcised with him. The Lord appeared unto him, and lo, 3 men stood by him. He took the butter and the milk and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. Lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door which was behind him. And Sarah laughed within herself, saying, Am I waxed old that I shall have pleasure in my Lord being old also? Or Lord being husband, Abraham. The Lord said, because the cry of Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and because their sin is very grievous, He's going to destroy it. But Abraham drew near and said, wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for 50 righteous that are therein? And he barters with the Lord. How about 40 and 5? 30. Peradventure there shall be 20 found there. Peradventure 10. And the Lord said, I will not destroy it for 10's sake. And he went his way. All right. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this Bible summary.